It was a back to school drive, and this lady showed up to the backpack giveaway. She spoke Spanish, so they called me over like, hey, this lady needs help. And I'm like, what's going on? And she said, I apologize. I just heard about this. I know I didn't turn in an application. And right away, I didn't even let her finish saying what she had to say. I disconnected and already objectified her like, right. So you think you don't have to do anything like anybody else. You don't have to be responsible. And now you want me to enable this behavior. And I just really put her in a box. And so she finished with, do you have maybe some extras, or can I give you my name in case some people don't show up? You know, this could really help me out. And I, played poker. I was like, sure, let me go take a look, see if we got anything. So I go back and I tell Linda Kellen, I'm like, you believe this? This lady just showing up on the day of and with no application. Everybody else met the deadline and followed the protocol. And she was like, she looked at me like, what's wrong with you, man? She's a lady who needs. And then she asked me, and she knew the answer. She's like, you telling me your mother never signed up for food or Christmas gifts for you, Chato? Because she knows my history here. My mom was a single parent immigrant that didn't speak English, and we were in line at a lot of not-for-profits getting food and clothes. So we found 2 backpacks, and I gave them to her, and she was so grateful. She said, thank you so much. She's telling me all this in Spanish. And I was like, man, that kind of felt good, and I didn't really feel too guilty about it. It wasn't until about a week later that I get a call about 10:30 at night on my cell phone. And down here we give our phone numbers out to the community because it's just easier. They can access us. We can answer questions, problem solve over the phone. And she said, is this the officer that speaks Spanish? And I was like, yeah, what's going on? And she's like, I'm really concerned. I heard some gunfire outside my home. And she lives up the street on a hill, and there's a park. And when I looked out the window, I saw some young boys with big rifles. And I think they're going to kill somebody because they're hiding in this bush, and they're waiting. And now the cops are showing up. And she's like, oh my God, those cops don't know that those kids are up there. They're going to shoot the cops. I needed to call you because I feel this obligation to you. You helped me out the backpacks. And you need to know this. And I don't speak English. I was just so overwhelmed, and I was just so grateful. Like, thank you. Okay, I'm going to hang up now. Thank you so much for calling. Called the dispatcher, gave them the information. They relayed it to the sergeant on the scene, got the guys out of there, brought the helicopter up, put the spotlight on the guys, and they were able to order the kids out with their hands up. Thank God they cooperated. Put the kids in custody, and when the cops went up to search the area, they found like 3 high-powered weapons. It was SKS, AK-47, and Uzi. And they told the cops, we're here to assassinate this guy who's this gang leader of this West Side gang. And I was just like, these kids have no idea. And the reasoning was that if we kill somebody, when we go to prison, we'll get the real tattoo so we could be official gang members. So these kids had this culture of like, I want to belong to something so bad that I'm willing to kill. And all I could think about was like, if this lady doesn't call, they're probably in a gunfight with these cops, and these cops are outgunned. And these kids, hey, kill a cop, kill a gangbanger, they're going to prison. That's their objective, is to get locked up, to get caught. And at that time is when I really felt like, she really had nothing to gain by calling me that night. And I was so just disappointed that when I first met her, I looked down on her, and judged her. And that reflection really brought it home to me. Why? Because even at that time, I couldn't understand why we were giving out backpacks, completely forgetting about what it was like to be that kid in that house, and your mom not know the language, or your mom doing everything in her power to take care of the family. Here she was, this person who had zero to gain and picked up the phone out of concern. And then to hear, I got allergies, so to hear her genuine concern for those police officers just really started the wheels going again on why I became a cop.